Hi everyone, I hope you're all okay. For those of you who don't know me or never seen one of my videos before, my name is Warren, and thank you so much for coming to have a look at what Warren's Team Talk has got to offer. And what I've got for you today is I've got a brand new video, which is part 18 of England's most successful football club. And today, we're going to be looking at Sheffield United. So I hope that you'll enjoy that. And if you're new, or if you haven't done so already, and if you've been before, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel and put a like on the video. And if you've got any interesting stories about Sheffield United, particularly the segment at the end where I talk about their greatest ever players. If you've got any ideas about who you think should be on there, or any stories about any of the players that are on that list, please feel free to put it in the comment section of this video. That would be fantastic. Thank you so much. Anyway, so without further ado, let's get on the Warren's Team Talk bus for our trip up to Sheffield and go and see what the fellas from Sheffield United have got to say. Anyway, so let's get on with it. So here we are, everyone. We've just pulled up outside Bramall Lane and we're coming to see Sheffield United. Excuse me, I was just having a sip of my coffee. Yeah, so Sheffield United, they managed to accumulate 2,800 points and they finished 23rd in the Warren's Team Talk table. Now, Sheffield United, for those of you who don't know, are nicknamed the Blades because of the relationship that Sheffield has and its history of steel production. The club was formed in 1889 as an offshoot of Sheffield United Cricket Club and have played their home games at Bramall Lane since their formation. So they've been at Bramall Lane a long time. So unfortunately, it's not a ground that I've been to, but I'd like to because I've heard really good things about it. I have been to Hillsborough, the other Sheffield club, Sheffield Wednesday, but I'll talk to you about that another time. It should also be noted that they're one of only 4 clubs in England who have finished as champions of each of the top 4 tiers of the Football League, and they have spent most of their history applying their trade in the top tier of English football. So they're a fairly big and successful club, I would say. At the beginning of their time in English football, the club had something of a golden era, as we are about to see. Now, in the 1892-93 season, Sheffield United were the first club in English football to achieve promotion from the newly formed second division. They did this by finishing second in the second division tier 2 that season, and they also qualified. This qualified them for one of the 3 test matches that took place at the end of the season. And as you can see, they won their test match game against Accrington Stanley, who finished 15th in the first division. So they won that game, like I say, 1-0, and they went forward to a election process, which they were successful with, and they replaced Accrington in the First Division. So moving on. This was followed up by 3 years later in the 1896-97 season by the Blades finishing second in the First Division. And then the very next season after that, in 1897-98, they went on to win the First Division title. So, yeah, as you can see, they did really well. They got promoted in their first season, and then within 4 or 5 years, they were league champions. So they done really, really well. So let's move on. Then the very next season in 1898-99, the Blades would follow up their league title success by winning their first ever FA Cup when they defeated Derby County 4-1 at Crystal Palace in London with a crowd of over 73,000 in attendance. So that must have been quite a glorious day for the Blades. This success continued the following season in 1899-1900 when the Blades secured a second place finish in the First Division, and they missed out on the league title to Aston Villa, as you can see, by 2 points. So, as you can see, my thing at what I said earlier about them having a bit of a golden spell was true. The winning cups, finishing first and seconds in the league and stuff like that. So they did really well. Okay, so the next season in 1900-1901, the club reached its second FA Cup final when they played Tottenham Hotspur. Initially, the match which was played at Crystal Palace again, as most of them were in those days. Most of the cup finals were played at Crystal Palace in those days. This game was played in front of a crowd of over 110,000 people. So it had even bigger attendances than what those games do now in this day and age. The game, as I say, ended in a 2-2 draw. So the game was then forced to go to a replay at Bolton Wanderers' Burnden Park. And the replay had a crowd of just over 20,000, which sadly for the Blades, they lost by 3-1. Just hold on a sec, I'll have another sip of my coffee. And then the next season, the Blades returned to the FA Cup final when they played Southampton, and as had happened the previous year, the first game ended in a 1-1 draw in front of a crowd of over 79,000. So the game again went to a replay, which again took place at Crystal Palace. And on this occasion, the Blades won by 2-1 in front of a crowd of over 33,000. The FA Cup victory was then followed up the next season in 1902-1903, with Sheffield United securing a 4th place finish in the First Division, Tier 1, and then 4 seasons afterwards, in 1906-1907, the Blades finished 4th again in the First Division. And to date, this was the last time that Sheffield United would finish in the top 4 of England's top tier. So this marked really the end of their sort of golden era that I spoke about at the beginning of this video. It would then be a further 12 years before the Blades would enjoy any further success, when in the 1914-15 season, which I believe was the last one, obviously, before the outbreak of the First World War, won another FA Cup, and this time they defeated Chelsea 3-0 at Old Trafford in Manchester in front of a crowd of just over 49,000 people. Then 10 years after this FA Cup success, in the 1924-25 season, Sheffield United attended Wembley Stadium for the first time in their history for the FA Cup final, which was also the third time that the FA Cup had been played at Wembley. The FA Cup final had been played at Wembley in London. But happily, on this occasion, the Sheffield United defeated, like I say, Cardiff City 1-0 to win the FA Cup in front of a crowd of over 91,000 people. And to date, this has been their fourth FA Cup victory. And then 11 years later, in the 1935-36 season, Sheffield United reached another FA Cup final, but sadly for the Blades on this occasion, they lost 1-0 to Arsenal at Wembley Stadium in front of a crowd of over 93,000, thanks to a goal from the legendary Gunners striker Ted Drake. However, despite the fact that the club has not reached any further FA Cup finals to date, the club have gone close, very close on a number of occasions when they've been losing finalists in FA Cup semi-finals in 1961, 1993, 1998, 2003, and most recently in 2014. The most recent of these appearances was a dramatic encounter which they lost by 5-3 to Hull City in 2014 at Wembley Stadium after being 2-1 up at half-time. And then in 2003, the Blades put in a very strong showing against a high-flying Arsenal team who were chasing what's happened here? Who were chasing a second successive double, and they were denied in the dying minutes of the game when David Seaman pulled off an incredible save to deny the Blades. And then also in the 1935-36 season and the 1937-38 seasons, the Blades secured 2 third-place finishes in the second division, Tier 2, but did not win promotion on either occasion. There then followed a 12-year barren spell until the 1949-50 season, when Sheffield United secured a third-place finish in the second division, Tier 2, and missed out on promotion to local rivals Sheffield Wednesday on goal average by 0.008 of a goal. So an extremely slender margin, and I'm sure that didn't go down at all well with the Blades fans. Anyway, 3 years later, in the 1952-53 season, the Blades softened the blow of this, of them missing out on promotion to their local rivals, Sheffield Wednesday, when they won the second division league title by 2 points, and they beat Huddersfield Town and Luton Town and Plymouth Argyle, but just to mention a few, into that league title. Then between 1959 and 1961, Sheffield United flirted with promotion before finally winning promotion in the 1960-61 season, when they finished second in the second division, Tier 2, to Ipswich Town, who were champions that season by 1 point. And then in the 1970-71 season, Sheffield United finished as runners-up to Leicester City to win promotion back up to the first division, Tier 1. But unfortunately for the Blades, after this success, the club fell into a slump and it suffered 3 relegations between 1976 and 1981 and ended up in the 4th division, Tier 4, in the 1981-82 season. So just hold on a sec while I have some more coffee. Okay, so moving on. The club then started to recover and won the 4th division Tier 4 title in its first season playing at that level, and they then won promotion back up to the 3rd division Tier 3. 2 years after winning this title winning success, in the 1983-84 season, the club finished 3rd in the 3rd division to win promotion back to the 2nd division Tier 2. And then after suffering relegation back to the 3rd division Tier 3, in the 1987-88 season, they won automatic promotion back to the 2nd division Tier 2 in their first season back in the 3rd division, when in 1988-89, they finished 2nd in the 3rd division Tier 3. Then in their first season back in the 2nd division after this promotion, in 1989-90, the club won automatic promotion to take them back up to the 1st division Tier 1, when they finished as runners-up on goal difference to Yorkshire rivals Leeds United by a margin of 7 goals. The club was then founder members of the Premier League in the 1992-93 season, and they scored actually the first ever goal of the Premier League era when Brian Dean scored the first goal in a 2-1 win at Bramall Lane against the eventual champions, Manchester United. Then 13 years then passed before the club would achieve any further success. And then in the 2002-2003 season, the Blades finished 3rd in the 1st division Tier 2. But on that occasion, they did not win promotion, as they lost, unfortunately, 3-0 to Wolverhampton Wanderers in the playoff final. And then in the 2005-2006 season, the Blades won automatic promotion to the FA Premier League when they finished as runners-up to Reading in the Championship Tier 2, when Reading managed to amass a huge 106 points that season, and the Blades managed to get 90 points, which is an incredible achievement when you think about it. Then 3 years later, went back in the Championship Tier 2 in the 2008-2009 season. The Blades finished third in the Championship Tier 2, and sadly for them, they missed out on promotion when they lost 1-0 to Burnley in the playoff final. Unfortunately, in the 2010-2011 season, the Blades were relegated out of the Championship, and then the next season, in the 2011-12 season, the Blades finished third in League One, Tier 3, but unfortunately they did not win promotion because they lost 8-7 on penalties to Huddersfield Town after the game had ended in a 0-0 draw after extra time. Sheffield United then stayed in League One for 5 years until the 2016-17 season, when they won the League One Tier 3 title at Canton, when they won 100 points, and they finished 14 points clear of second place Bolton Wanderers to win promotion to the Championship Tier 2. So here we have a list of Sheffield United's greatest all-time players. I found this on a website, so I don't think it's been endorsed by the club or anything in particular. So please feel free to, in the comments, put your greatest all-time players or favourite all-time Sheffield United players. Now, some of them I recognise. There's Phil Jagielka, Brian Deane, Tony Curry, who I remember playing. But other than that, I'm not really sure. Alan Woodward, that name seems to ring a bell, but the rest of them, unfortunately, I don't really know too much about. So yeah, Alan Woodward, he scored 193 goals and over 600 appearances. Keith Edwards looks like he scored 171 goals in 293 appearances. Brian Deane, 119 goals in 275 appearances. So yeah, it looks like they've had their fair share of really good players over the years. So yeah, please put a comment in the description about any memories that you may have of watching Sheffield United, or favourite players if you're a Blades fan of theirs down the years, and who your greatest all-time players for Sheffield United would have been. So yeah, very interesting one, that one. So that's it for this episode of Warren's Team Talks, episode 18 of England's most successful football club. Now, I hope you found the show exciting and enjoyable and informative. And I'll be back again on Saturday with another one for you. So I hope until then, I hope you all have a really good week and that you stay safe, and that as the days go by, that more and more of you manage to get your hands on a vaccine. Thanks very much for coming by and watching my video. I'm really grateful for that. And before you go, please remember to put a like on the video. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to Warren's Team Talk. Thanks very much. And click on the little notification bell, because that will ensure that when I do upload another video that you'll get told about it. So that'd be really fantastic. And like I say, please make sure you put a comment in the comment section of the video, telling me about any stories you might have or memories you might have about Sheffield United, or if you are a Blades fan, about your favourite players of them, and who you think their greatest ever players have been, and those sorts of things. It's always really interesting for me to read other people's insights into their clubs and so on. Anyway, so like I say, have a really, really great week and good few days, and then I'll see you again, like I say, on Saturday for another video. So take care and look after yourselves, and remember, please keep talking and supporting each other in these difficult times, and I look forward to speaking to you then. Take care. Bye everyone. Cheers. Bye.